Would you like to move on to the big main event of the AEW Dynamite episode, Brian?
Well, I think we must.
The World Tag Team Championship on the line, the long-awaited showdown, the first time these two teams have ever met. Big Bill and Ricky Starks against Sting and Darby Allin. Tag team title on the line in a tornado match. All four in the ring. Anything goes. No disqualification. Lazy booking. Two referees to enforce the rules that they don't have. Okay, already the background on this is somehow, and by the way, I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying that now they've painted themselves in a corner where it appears that the Buckaroos are going to beat Sting in his retirement match and win the tag team title in Greensboro. Because how else do you explain what is now going to happen here? Sting announces his retirement match is going to be at their March pay-per-view. This was 6 months ago, right?
A few months ago. I don't remember how many months, but it was a while.
It was months ago. And he's been on a tour around where every time he appears in a city, it's pretty much the last time he's going to be in that city, even though they are not promoting it like that in most cases. And already before announcing who his opponent would be or partners would be or any kind of match, they had sold 15,000 tickets in Greensboro. Because everybody in Greensboro wants to be there to see Sting's last match. And it's a big thing that they've lucked into that is outselling anything else they got going on. And for whatever else that says, you know, Sting is the one person they've got can sell a decent number of tickets. And then suddenly, they come up, instead of giving Sting even a tag match with Sting and Darby, his tag team partner, so there's not, nobody wants Sting to have to go out there and go 15 minutes in a singles match at 63 or whatever he is. But it can't even be Sting and Darby against a couple of heels. Or Sting and Darby against FTR in North Carolina, where FTR can carry the whole thing and make Sting look like $1 million.
Or the tag title change.
Wait a minute. Or it couldn't even be Sting as a guest enforcer in a 6-man tag team situation or whatever, where he joins a team that's been wrong. It couldn't be any of these things. Suddenly, the Buckaroos have to stick their noses into this. And all of a sudden, the direction has to go for the tag team titles. Would Sting, Darby says, wouldn't it be great if we won the tag team title before you retired? What? I don't know what. Okay, he says. And then they put the fucking tag team title on them. And then there's the Buckaroos there. What are they going to do? Is Sting and Darby going to win Sting's retirement match? And
Vern Gagne.
And they're going to do a tournament for the tag team title? How have they done a tournament for everything? It's lame. It's unnecessary. I think the two living tampons intend to try to get heel heat by beating Sting and Darby Allin for the tag team title in Greensboro. Because why else are they even mentioning the tag team title? And why are these two little douche nozzles involved in this to begin with? It makes no business sense. Nobody wanted to see this. Nobody wanted to see them in Sting's last match.
Except maybe Sting, but even if Sting wanted to work with them, you don't have to set it up so that you have this situation where either they win the tag titles and it's apparent what that would be. Like you said, now they're going to get real heat because they got these tag belts. Maybe Adam Page gets his belt.
Either that or
they retire as champions, defeating the new top heel tag team.
Yes.
And again, like you said, either creating a battle royal or a tournament situation, which we don't need on this show again.
And then even if the fucking little twats win that, they lost their first big match after they come out and lay waste to everybody. Well, we'll get there. Let's talk about this tag team title match on TV first. Sting and Darby and Big Bill and Ricky Starks, tornado match. Anything goes. The first time they've ever met. And they tornado, anything goes. 2 referees.
Relaxed rules.
Fuck. I've seen some relaxed fucking things in my life, but this was it was comatose. So anyway, the bell rings, they get in a fight, and immediately all 4 of them fight through the arena and use the garbage cans and the bullshit. And Sting gets up there and everybody stands there and catches him as he jumps off the bleachers. And I said, okay, they're not even going to, this was my notes, they're not even going to try to have a match. I'm fast forwarding to the finish to see how they lose the belts. And they did the garbage for a while that, the indies don't do all of the stuff that they did because the indies can't afford to rent these big buildings where there's no people in them. So they got more space here. But anyway, Sting got the Scorpion on Starks, and Big Bill and Darby fell off the apron through a table. Another table. But this time, Big Bill, the 7-foot giant, and Darby Allin, the fucking indestructible babyface, apparently, they're 2 big fucking gaping, yeast-infected pussies next to Paige and Swerve because they just went through a table in the same fucking place, goddamn, not even an hour before this. They were back up just hopping around in no time. So these 2 must be just fucking weak, right? And then Starks got out of the Scorpion, but Sting ran into a padless turnbuckle, and Starks hit him with a spear and got a 2 count. And then, of course, my DVR froze, but because it was 10 o'clock and the show should have been over. But I was able to obtain, by nefarious means, because of the preposterosity of what was about to happen next, I'd see it for myself. The Starks hit the spear, got the 2 count, and then went for another spear, and Sting caught him with a Scorpion, 1, 2, 3. And confetti falls from the ceiling. And Sting's sons, who are in the front row and have been referred to at various points in the presentation here, they're applauding, and he calls them to come in the ring, and they come in the ring. And everybody's celebrating, having a fine old time. And then these 2 white douchebags in white suits with white baseball bats come in straight from Cucamonga and beat up Sting and Darby and his sons. Sting's sons dwarfed the Buckaroos. And they just had to fucking roll over, and then Darby gets color, which, of course, stains the white suits because they stole my concept. And they tried to get heat forever by beating these guys up. And again, when you've led with the baseball bats, and if you need more than 5 shots on a person with a baseball bat and they ever get up again, that it's fake. And it just, nobody was trying to help. It's fucking Sting. Nobody was trying to help. And the announcers, well, the EVPs, they're EVPs. And nobody wants to mess with the EVPs. What the fuck?
Where's Tony?
Well, that's the thing. Tony Khan, within 30 seconds or less, had told Tony Schiavone what to fucking say about the goddamn finish of Swerve and Dipshit. But now Sting is being mutilated and his children emasculated in front of goddamn the monitor that Tony apparently is sitting in front of. He ain't got dick to say. None of the wrestlers come out because they're scared of these 2 little fucking children. Because they're EVPs, then the heat goes on the company. Well, fuck, if they're representing the company and Tony ain't doing it, well, what does Tony have to say about that? It doesn't make sense in either world, real or kayfabe. And they're out there trying to be badasses when the fans know that they're fake little phony fucking twits from Cucamonga. And these guys, Sting has to lay down for them. Sting's sons have to lay down for them. So and the announcers again were saying EVP so much that it was embarrassing Because it's childish. What? I'm sorry. What?
No,
what?
you know what it is too? They lost the time because they could have done this We're Evil EVPs thing going back to the very beginning. And they never did it right. They're certainly not doing it necessarily right now. But they're introducing this right now when WWE is about to do an evil board member versus the chief creative officer. So it's going to look second rate because WWE is about to do the palace intrigue stuff.
Yes, and with big stars in those positions instead of, indie fucking high school drama class level fucking players like Tony's got. And they could have done it with the people that the fans knew there was something real that went on with, but they were too scared and cowardly and gutless and ballless and dickless and all other type of male appendageless to do that with people that didn't like them and they didn't like them either. So instead, they're trying to manufacture fake heat that the people know is fake with people that they know they don't dislike. And it doesn't make sense. And it's just not good. And did they pipe the fake boos in? Because there were a lot of boos, but the people that I saw on screen, their mouths were closed.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think they were piping them in. I don't know if they have that pipe.
I'd like to see if somebody can go back. I know they may not be able to do it, but somebody go back and take a look and see what you think. There was a lot of booing in the arena without a lot of people moving very far or emitting the openness of their mouths. But nevertheless, so now we're stuck with this thing, Sting and Darby and the Buckaroos at the pay-per-view, and they're going to botch up somehow the one thing they've drawn money with in the past fucking 6 months.
Or they're going to end the pay-per-view with the Young Bucks with the tag belts and Hangman Page with the world belt running out of there and being the heels and hoping that gets people interested. I don't know if that would. Again, WWE's, all the oxygen in the room is going to WWE.